enough to try and mess up the entry of a Joy and even try to buy yourself a little bit of time from the Alice trying to use the flow or the blood. Now, though, they go for the Esmeralda and they took an even equally more honest approach. It's like, okay, this game is literally front to back. The main thing that you're going to be seeing accessing backlines and just dashing everywhere is the Joy. There's also a good chance for repositioning and mobility from the Alice, but majority of the times we're just going to be seeing two big teams just clashing it out. It's good old MOBA.
Yeah, good old MOBA. Another double fighter lineup for EVOS. So one of the good things that Obsidia does bring, amongst all the cons that Obsidia has, I still feel like this is a hero that needs a lot of work. But aside from that, the one good thing is if you land the Hunter Bone or the Harpoon or onto a target, it's almost a guaranteed kill, right? Like onto someone like Albert, who has been immaculate with his footwork. Doesn't really matter if Kara latches on him with that ultimate. Same as the Esmeralda, same as the Hilda. Maybe that's one of the ways that ONIC wants to approach this, especially if you are looking to pin down someone like the Yi Shin.
Yeah, to the people who were saying that after the patch it would be bye-bye YSS because they reduced that traceless CC immune time, no, not at all. It made the ceiling a little bit more difficult to reach for YSS, but definitely he is still a strong pick with how crazy his skill traceless is, one of the best mobilities, skills, and abilities in the game. The early to mid-game potential looks good for ONIC, but in the late game, definitely that is where EVOS will shine, because even though ONIC, with their Obsidia, still going up against a pick such as the Uranus and now an Esmeralda as well. The question is, will they have enough damage? Same question as game number 1. Will it be the same result? Welcome to game number 2. All eyes now are going to be on Kelra, starting to rock the Fighter Emblem set because, of course, the change from the Spell Vamp to Hybrid Lifesteal for that emblem.
Yeah, definitely will need it. Some extra survivability also in the overall grand scheme of things. Let's take some time to stack up the bone shards. I think not only that, Obsidia just naturally has short range, right? Sort of like playing a carry. To deal damage, you are inevitably going to put yourself in range of getting traded. And in this case, thankfully, it's a range into melee matchup. So Kara does get that part figured out. And obviously, with Friends on this Lo Yi, you do come online at level 2. Just the ultimate is basically the icing on the cake. And ONIC Philippines are essentially saying that they are going to try and win through macro, if anything.
Yeah, let's see if they'll be able to replicate the results earlier. But definitely the duality procs here coming out of the Lo Yi might be able to give themselves a little bit of breathing room in the team fights when the Esme, Uranus, and the Hilda start running really straight up to their faces. That will also give a little bit of difficulty for this Lunox to get a really good position. But once that duality is up, you know where it's going to be. That you're just going to go ahead and use a Shadow Assault, go forward, darkening up, and then just apply the pressure onto ONIC. Seems like the more we talk about it, the more it's just like a lot of conditions for ONIC to take and consider it with every team fight.
Yeah. Of all the Obsidia games I've seen in recent times, definitely hasn't given me the best impression. Even the Indonesian team a week plus ago ran the Obsidia and it just got rolled over. Let's see if Kara can make magic happen. But for now, focus is on the Turtles. Gonna be dropping down low. Good secure this time. Under the efforts of Kirk and first split for King Kong, Key ends up going down.
Okay, Kirk uses Throne of Ruin to try and take down the Lunox, but then was able to ult out the safety. And without the damage from the Lunox, from the Darkening and the Chaos Assault, just was not able to pump a little bit more support damage towards ONIC Philippines to help EVOS out. So now that's going to be ONIC getting that first turtle. Let's see if they will be able to continue this. I think now they have more potential of not just forcing winning through fights. Definitely they can win through macro, not just through the Lo Yi ultimate, but really with the mobility that they have around the map, looking at the Grog and the Joy and the instant impact you can get once they show up against opposing members of EVOS. should be good. Let's see if they'll be able to do that before this next turtle, or if they're just gonna play it slow and steady and try to win for turtle fights.
Yeah, the one thing that caught Versatile Time off guard in the earlier series in Game 2 was just how decisive ONIC were with that diversion, and it's just a Loi specialty, right? Only something that only Loi can do in the hands of someone like Prince. He was spotted out by Albert, but at least get the turtle ball out. Prince gets the safety, but Brusco also had to expend his flicker, so there's 2 flickers out from ONIC PH.
Yeah, duality proc saving Brusco there at the right time. I feel like even after he used the flicker, EVOS, if they didn't have marks on them from the low Yi, they would have been more than willing to just try and take him down and chase him. However, good save there by the Monster Mage. Meanwhile, here comes Randy, now as expected as a Uranus, going into the jungle of King Kong to mess him up.
Gonna bring Kirk over as well. Randy end up using his flicker this time. They send Kelra back to the bottom lane with the diversion. Key's gonna stand in the bush and now instantly just hops onto Brusco, but there's 4 men of ONIC PH around, so not really the best time to full commit. EVOS starts working on the turtle, but it's not gonna be easy though with ONIC PH around.
Yeah, go for the reset. Oh, Key!
Flickers across the wall. Hunter Bone doesn't connect, but Key still ends up going down to the electrifying beats. And now the good tectonic charge from Brusco. Massive setup. Albert finds one, but one is all he gets. And ONIC Philippines finds a big team fight win. Randy on the run. Skara tries to run him down, but still 4 bodies drop for EVOS and ONIC with the second turtle of the game.
Overextension there by Key and then eventually by EVOS as a whole, not respecting the tight corridor they were fighting in. And eventually just succumb to a full 3-man, maybe even a little bit closer to 4-man tectonic charge there by Bruscos. They're gonna have to watch out where they're gonna be fighting because there's 2 big ultimates they have to watch out for. After the tectonic charge, the Throne of Ruin entry by Kirk was perfect.
These clumped up fights are gonna be deadly because even Obsidian's abilities can pierce through multiple targets. He's gonna once again stand in the bush. The duality trying to build Super Friends out, but this time he finishes the job, just cleaves him in half.
One of the difficult things to do if you're just trying to take control of the middle of the map and you're up against a Hilda and Lunox, there's a high risk that you're just going to be blasted if you are a squishier member of the lineup. That's what happened. King Kong in trouble.
He's gonna be able to get away. They turn on the Randy with the Throne of Ruin. Randy gets locked down. Harpoon up by Kelra. And that's the execution. I believe Kelra has Sky Piercer in hand. Key about to explode. The Super Prince with the takedown. Kirk still once more forces out the brilliance from Suelo.
Oh, excellent call there by ONIC. Good pressure and aggression by EVOS, but an even better response and reaction by ONIC Philippines that now, let's see if they'll be able to take this third down in mid.
And Suelo just cannot stand and hold a candle to ONIC Philippines. The range not really the longest as well, even in terms of the goal discrepancy. It's indeed a Sky Piercer for Kelra. And that was the answer that we proposed in Game 1 that we wish they had against such a tanky lineup. And Kelra with the perfect solution, a lockdown that prevents mobility and a guaranteed way to easily kill off tanky opponents when they reach a certain threshold.
Yeah, you really just don't want to be focused on burst and skills if you're going up against like Uranus. You want that you want the continuous damage to pressure them, Kirk!
It's pretty durable, so not really a big problem there. Kirk can do this all day. He's getting the Randy experience. It's on a different hero.
Yeah.
And I don't think EVOS wants to contest this turtle this time. And even Kelra, double backing, was thinking of going to the top lane, but ends up deciding otherwise. We'll take the little first. ONIC Philippines takes up space, and this turtle 100% will go over to King Kong.
Kirk right now really an absolute menace with this Alice. Once he gets his hands on the Chastise Pauldron and on the Redemption passive, it's gonna take so long for them to take it down. Similar to the Uranus, but the Alice even happier because the Alice can, well, suck up life. Uranus just has to make it on his own while the Alice is a straight up vampire. She is, lore-wise, a vampire, right?
She's vampire, and see, the funny thing is, Alice takes health from targets around her. Uranus just wants you to hit him. He's a simple guy. The more you hit him, the more health he gets back, the happier he gets. So
that's a relatable guy in my book. ONIC Philippines, with the endless battle getting picked up by Albert, should still be okay with the lead and control that they have. And now they will use that pressure. Good attempt at a little cut there by Brusco. Kirk there to back him up as well, but they're not going to be able to get the progress done in the tower up top as EVOS wants to fight.
Erlang was trying to set up for a flank, but ONIC Philippines covering all of the angles very well, and Kelra is actually starting to hurt. Even Randy struggles to stand in front of him. Not with Super Prince around the corner. Another bulwark laid out. Brusco and Super Prince, they get the duality stacks again. All while this is happening, both junglers are just trying to power farm their way to that critical mass, and King Kong having a fantastic game, 3-0 on the Joy.
Showing off why this is the championship winning skin. Hopefully later we get a treat and we get to see the Beatrix as well, but Beatrix has gone out of favor a bit, although not in EECA, one of the picks that shows up a little bit more in the gold lane, but because they are operating under the global ban system. ONIC can just continue this now as the gap continues to grow.
Another tectonic charge into duality. Those AoVs are just too much. That's 32 bodies drop for EVOS. King Kong once more. Suelo able to just hop away with the darkening. Sadly for EVOS, there really isn't much they can do in the situation. Kirk is just going to tank that aggro from the turret. They bring Kelra in. Stuck Erlang back. Another bulwark. Knockback. Erlang forced to use to purify Kelra. Doesn't get the finisher just yet. But those Sky Piercer stacks are starting to stack up. There's 20 stacks on Kelra if I'm not mistaken. So the later this game goes, the more dangerous it is for the front lines of EVOS. Randy not really sure if you want to stay there. Kelra in threshold. And Randy barely gets out. The bulwark put up by Brusco. Suelo able to get away, but the diversion on top brings Kirk in. And King Kong behind the scenes slays the Lord.
Yeah, it looked like EVOS were trying to bait Kelra into really wanted to go for that kill. Suelo was there, off to the side. You see Key looking like he was ready to like tag in for Ren. He's like, I got you, and then be able to blast Kelra down. But then Kelra staying patient and staying back. You even see the other members of ONIC. It was literally the Obsidia up front, and the other members of ONIC is like, you sure you really want to do that, man? We're here to back you up, but this does not look good for you. But still, in the end, it's ONIC with the lead and ONIC with the win. Getting closer to a 10k gold lead. Let's see if it will be endable for them or if EVOS just has enough farm for Albert, who is only level 13 against the King Kong's 15. Suelo also was not able to get that good of a game. So all odds in favor of ONIC to win it with this or maybe the next one.
I think your question has been answered. Albert got solo killed. There, another tectonic charge. Erlang cannot stand much. That's the 30th Sky Piercer stack. Make it 40 for Kelra. The biggest goalie we have seen today for a single team. Key is going to get erased instantly as King Kong hops in the fountain and escapes him. And it's just 4 maniac for